Have you ever been snowed under when it comes to supersizing and growing your business? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, a little globe, a little snow globe, but all the snow evaporated out of it. I found it in a box the other day. And I'm like, okay, well, it's cute, but it's not very practical anymore. But it's a cute little snowman in it. So snowed under is our idiom, our expression today. It was first used in the 1880s in a newspaper report about a really bad blizzard, a bad snowstorm that had gone through town and covered everything with a blanket of, and not just a blanket, had just dumped snow on things. You know, up in northern Michigan, I live in Wisconsin, and I'm very grateful for where I live in Wisconsin, because Michigan, we used to go up there snowmobiling when I was younger, and we'd go there because in northern Michigan, they would get like 3 feet of snow at a time dumped on them. And there's, you know, because of the lakes and everything, the Great Lakes. And there's other places that just get dumped on. And you look out and all you see is white. You can't see the cars. You can't see the roads. You can't see the trees, some of them, or the bushes, because there's so much snowfall. And it came to mean, besides just literally being covered with snow and being under the snow, things hidden by the snow, to describe situations where we feel overwhelmed or like there's excess expectations on us than we are capable of achieving. Too many things are expected of us, and we're not sure how we're going to deal with it all. Or it also can mean to be defeated by a large margin. So say a sports team, a hockey team, or a whatever sport you like, defeats the other team by a huge margin. You might say that they were snowed under, meaning that they were just overwhelmed by the other team. So what does this have to do with growing and supersizing and building our business? Now, I am the first to admit that there have been times in my life and in my career, both my corporate career as well as building different businesses in different industries, where I felt overwhelmed, frustrated, like there was too much to do and there was not enough resources to get it all done. And I had to find ways to cope with and deal with those situations in order to move forward and succeed. But it was almost always me that was the bottleneck or the challenge to that next level of growth. And it was up to me to expand my capacity in order to go to the next level. So I often work with coaching and consulting clients, and one of the first things I ask them is, you know, what's going on? What's overwhelming, or what feels out of control with your business? And if they say nothing, number one, I push more deeply, because I don't know a single business owner, a single successful business owner that hasn't been through challenges, trials and tribulations and growths and struggles and frustrations. And if we can't look at ourselves and say, oh my gosh, this is what's really tripping me up, this is what's making me nervous or upset or concerned about or fearful of this situation, if we can't do that, there's no way that we can get to the solution aspects and figure out how to deal with the situation. I talk a lot I do a Get Up and Go challenge, especially since COVID pandemic started. And it's a 30-day free challenge where we install a framework. It's a simple 4-step process called the SOAP framework into our subconscious that helps us to deal with changes and challenges automatically, as easy as breathing, because it's a process we learn, we practice in each area of an aspect of our life, and then we install it in our subconscious so that we don't even have to actually consciously think about it, because changes and challenges are inevitable. They're going to always happen to us, especially as we're starting or growing or changing our business. Now, I have yet to speak to a business owner that in the last 2 years, due to the COVID pandemic primarily, has not had to make major changes in the business, the way they do business, their business, in order to survive and continue to grow through all of the craziness that's happened in 2020 and 2021 alone. Now, guess what? We were always having to deal with changes and challenges and being overwhelmed and snowed under and coming up with solutions to problems that we never thought we'd have to deal with. But we weren't doing it simultaneously. We're all doing it on our own timeline. And now I think COVID has been kind of a great equalizer in that it's challenged everyone. And it's our ability to look at our situation, our current situation, and be really honest with ourselves. Where are we right now, and where do we want to be, and what are we going to do to fill in that gap? So curious, how are you filling in that gap? Share in the comments below. And I'd love to know if you've used the expression snowed under. I have used the expression snowed under. I have been snowed under. And of course, I've always found a way to get out of it, because we all feel things. We just don't have to stay there. So if I feel overwhelmed or frustrated, I want to acknowledge that feeling, figure out what's causing me to feel that way, and then go right to solutions and problem solve and figure out what are the solutions to this. I'm not going to stay here, yeah, I'm worried about raw material supplier for a manufacturing company, for instance, or I'm worried about being able to have enough help. That's a huge one for business owners right now. Human resources. And I'm a little mystified by it, because nothing has changed except for the COVID pandemic. And we can easily and safely go back to work or work from home and do the things we want to do to create and supersize our business. It's just a matter of changing our thinking and shutting down the fear and the nonsense and the noise that is confusing us and creating uncertainty and fear in people that would normally be courageous and not afraid of anything. So I personally think that the people shortage is artificially created through the media, because we haven't lost millions and millions and millions of people when it comes to the people that are available to run our businesses. Anyway, topic for another day. All right, have an awesome day. That's our idiom for today, snowed under. Love to know your take on it. And I will, of course, see you tomorrow with another December, Christmas, holiday, end of the year related idiom. Have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.